What is up? We are live once again. Live. Let me quickly announcements. Discord, and I need to tag everyone because I can. Everyone, just like this. Publish. Whew. All right, so today another stream, another poker stream, another decentralized poker stream, peer-to-peer, where we are building a complete poker engine from scratch, from a blank page, from nothing in Golang. And we're going to continue where we left off yesterday. So let me quickly do this better. All right, so basically, Interstellar, what's up, man? How was your day? Tell me everything about it. What are you working on? Okay, cool. So let me quickly do a make run to see. All right, so we are sending these cards over the network, and yeah, I remember. So the server on the left and the game state on the right. So we have this status receiving cards. Well, Interstellar, how is the cold now? Hope you're feeling well now. Well, it's better, I'm not gonna lie. This morning it looked like I was not going to make it, but actually it's okay. Hey, sometimes you just need to yeah, walk it off, man. Be a man. Wipe your tears and just go on. All right, receiving cards. So if I remember correctly, we have this oh my goodness, a lot of code. I thought I had here to do. Figure out the status when we are receiving cards. Game set status, and then we're gonna say game status receiving cards. Receiving cards. Okay, this shenanigans here. We can do this. That atomic should be good, and maybe we should do something like if G status is not the status, then we're gonna update this, right? Only update the status when the status is different. Something like this. Yeah, should be good. Okay, so Terry, what is up, man? We switched from Netflix series to Anthony channel. Exactly, right? If you're thinking about watching a new series on Netflix and you don't know what to watch, you could also watch the poker series right here on my channel. And instead of dopamine, I will give you serotonin. I will give you the real deal. I will give you value. Instead of these series on Flixie. G deal cards. Wait, because I need to warm up in the code. Of course, it's a complex thing. Check need deal cards. Yeah, and then we're gonna say deal cards, which is this one. Wait, do we have the status here? G listen adder. Make run once again. This is oh man, this is getting complex. So we're saying here, G need to deal cards. First of all, what I'm gonna do is, I was thinking about something. We're gonna add some buffers here. Delpir, the message channel, we need to give this, let's give it and here, a big buffer. That's what we're gonna do. And maybe we should also, this thing, let's put it back here. Case MSG is going to be the S broadcast channel. I'm gonna paste it in here. What's going on? Broadcasting. Loggers and all that shenanigans, that's good, that's good. We're gonna delete this here. Make run, let's see what's going on. Receiving cards, right? So we have, everybody is receiving cards. Mwah! That's good. So basically, we also need to set our own status, I think. If we deal cards, I think we need a couple functions. We're gonna say G game status. That's gonna be initiate shuffle. Yeah, shuffle and deal, like this. Then we're gonna say G set. Is it set? Help me. Type hint me. Set status. It is what it is. Did I make a mistake or something? I don't know. G set status. And that's going to be game status. Receiving cards. Like this. Why is this not working? What's going on here? Game status. It's game state. We're gonna set the status and then we're gonna shuffle and deal, right? So we're gonna say to do shuffle and deal. Hop. And deal cards is basically for I'm gonna say initiate shuffle and deal is only used for the real dealer. The actual button player, right? And deal cards is going to be used for everybody else because everybody needs to deal and shuffle. Everybody needs to shuffle and deal. Nihal. Hello, Anthony. What is up, my man? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Oh, man. Whew. All right. Initial shuffle and deal. Initiate the shuffle, right? Initiate one. So that basically means here, instead of deal cards, we're going to say initiate shuffle and deal. And that should be the same. All right, this can be perfectly fine that player 5000 is basically not receiving cards. That's fine. That's because the bootstrap, it's okay. That's all fine, fine, fine. But so what needs to happen actually? A couple things we need to change, because I was thinking this broadcast, where is broadcast here? Broadcast, right? This broadcast thing, this one, this function. So I was thinking that we need a broadcast function, which basically will broadcast a message to all other peers in our poker network, in the peer-to-peer network. But that's not true, because there are a lot of cases where we do not need to send to a couple players, but only need to send to a certain player. So we need to fix that. We need to fix that, because otherwise, here in message cards, that actually also needs to refactor. We need to do a lot of things. So we're gonna say, first of all, open up message. This message cards, it's not a deck. That's going to be a message encrypted cards, enc cards, or enc deck. Message encrypted deck, and that's going to be the deck is going to be a slice of bytes. No. Right? And why is that? That's because we're going to have a slice of bytes, which will be the encrypted payload, and then we will have a slice of them, right? Because each card is going to be encrypted. Yes, that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna have a couple issues. It's gonna be encrypted deck. Salad, what's up? Welcome, man. VIP Patreon. Once again, represent here in the army of the high-value engineers. I think it's going to be an interesting episode, because we need to do a lot of things. We need to fix a lot of things that I already know. Well, I already know, that I thought of. So it's going to be a little bit smoother, hopefully, than yesterday. It was a little bit of thinking. So message cards is going to be message encrypted deck, right? So we're going to send an empty deck to test, right? And once this protocol, because we need to wait for all these players and we need to track who already dealt and shuffled and who not, and it's going to be nasty. Ooh, I can feel it already. We're going to do some neat tricks also, I think. You're going to need tricks. I thought about this in my sleep, and I saw it. I'm a visionary. I saw it already working. I'm going to lie. We are in trouble because game state is in trouble, boys and girls. That's going to be the message enc deck, right? An enc deck, an encrypted deck. And instead of doing this, we are going to say, we don't care about this function, to be honest. We're going to say the enc deck is going to be a slice of bytes. Hop, hop, hop. And if you guys want to know how I save, it's just double colon W. I do this a lot. W, W, W. It's saving my thing, saving my shit, right? Colon W. Easy. Yes, encrypted deck. That's good. So basically, what's going to happen is here, because I want a lot of logging. It's important so we know what's going on. Received. Let's do this. Received enc deck. What is this? A listen address from the deck, right? So what's going to happen is actually we're going to send an empty deck. Yes, that's good. You see, received an empty deck. Oh man, this is nasty. We're gonna say, actually, we're gonna make a log res here real quick. Log, no, with fields. Log res fields, hop hop, info. I'm gonna say received encrypted deck, okay. And then we're gonna say here, we are the server listen address, like this, and then we're going to say from, and that's going to be from MSG, from hop, and then we can delete this. Figure out the status. That's already done. That's the status receiving cards, right? So we're gonna first waiting for cards. Once we received one payload encrypted DAG, then we are receiving cards because it's a status. Because if the dealer, the initiator, right, the initiator is gonna shuffle, encrypt each card, send it to everybody, then we are at the we receive this. We are at the status receiving cards. Because then we need to keep track of all other players also shuffling and encrypting with their key and send it back. So that's actually a nasty thing. Loanes, bonsoir boy. What is up, my man? Welcome. Welcome here once again, where we gather to be the best of the best of the bestest. Yes. They actually added a new word in the dictionary, especially for us, for our community. The bestest. Yes, yes. Always believe in yourself. That's very important, right? All right. Okay, so what are we doing? We received something. That will basically say, actually, we should call something like game state as game state, for example, and we say, you could say, hey, shuffle and deal, right? No, shuffle and deal is deal is not the quite thing. It's shuffling, shuffle and encrypt. Shuffle and encrypt. The thing is, shuffle and encrypt, and then we're gonna say the deck, the payload. That's gonna be the deck, right? Is that? It's gonna be V, of course. V deck. And we also need to know who sent us this, because we're gonna keep track of that. It's gonna be from. All right. Of course, we don't have this function. So we're gonna say G. Wait, yes. A G game state. Shuffle and encrypt. Is this encrypt? And then we're gonna say from string. And then we're gonna say the deck itself. That's going to be a slice bytes. And maybe we should do an error. I don't know. Right, return null. Because we don't only satisfy the compiler, and I mentioned this before, we also satisfy our girlfriend, right? Multitasking, that's what we do. From string. Shuffle and encrypt. So that basically means we could do. We could actually say here, right? Each time we do this, we set the status. Like this. The problem is that what's going to happen is if we then broadcast it again, right? So we get the deck, right? We set our status that we are receiving cards. And we make sure, right, that if the status is not the same, we only update it as if it's not the same. So that's good. So we can call it as much as we want. But so where are we? Here. So then we do encryption, right? Encryption and shuffle every day. And then we need to broadcast it back, right? And there is where the problem is, yeah. There is where the problem resides. The problem is that if we broadcast it, then we're going to broadcast it back, and they're going to broadcast it back, and we're going to play a ping pong until the whole world is depleted by bandwidth. So we need to fix this. we could do something like func, because first of all, right, if we, so let's see what happens here. If you see this, right, so one player joined a little bit too late while we already in our receiving cards, right? So we are already at receiving cards. This guy is still waiting for cards, so the round has already been dealt. So he's out of the game. But if we broadcast, we're gonna broadcast cards to this guy, right? And he's gonna think, hey, I'm in receiving cards, and everything is fucked up. So we need to make sure we only send cards back to the players that are receiving cards, if that makes sense. And he's waiting for cards, so it's very, very ambiguous, or how do you say that? But hey, I know. So we're gonna make a function. We're gonna say func g game state. It's gonna be broadcast to players with, wait, broadcast is maybe not, we could say send to players with status. Look at this beautiful thing. So we're gonna say, we're gonna give it a payload, which is gonna be an any, and then we're gonna give it a status, which is a game status, like this, and then an error. I'm not quite sure. Do we? Not sure. So now we need to have another function, which is basically a game state. A lot of functions, not gonna lie. Which is a game state, get players with status. Come on. Yes. Get players with status as game status. And it's gonna return a slice of strings. Okay. And we're gonna loop. I think we can do this, right? For underscore player adder, actually, an address in a range. Game state players. Is this address the address? It's the player. That's bad news. So we're gonna say address. And then we're gonna make players. Gonna be a slice of string like this, and then we're gonna say players append players adder, and then return the players. Look at this. If we made a mistake, we can do this. Okay. So then we're gonna say something like G. This broadcast channel, man, we need to do a lot of refactoring. Well, this is a channel any, but it isn't, because if we are in our, look at this, I will show you why. Look at this broadcast payload any. So we don't know. Now we're broadcasting to everyone, but we only need to broadcast to the players we wanted to broadcast to send. So we could say something. Where is message? Message. Broadcast. Where is it? We don't have it. Oh yeah, it's an any. So maybe you're gonna say a broadcast. Broadcast to. It's gonna be a struct, of course. And then we're gonna say to. Yeah. Slice of string. And that's gonna give us troubles, I think, because we have net adders in our peer map in the node. But hey, we fixed it. And then it's going to be a payload, right? And the payload is an any. So it's a little bit of a thing. So now we need to change this. Broadcast channel is, instead of a any, we're going to say a channel of broadcast to. Broadcast to. And then in game state, hop, we're going to say this is going to be a channel broadcast 2. Broadcast 2. All right. Let me quickly see what the status is of the stream. All right, cool. Because you never know, right? YouTube, right? And almost at 1,000 subscribers. So, and I think I have 1,000 view hours. So I need 3,000 more view hours. And I think around 200 subscribers. And then I can have these cool stuff on the chat. And then we are actually legit, right? Then the rocket is, I can swear you, then we're gonna launch, then we're gonna hire Elon Musk to launch a space rocket, because we're going at the speed of light, and we don't care, we just do it. You will see. And you all are early adopters. Yeah, OGs of Anthony GG. It is, I can tell you, I can see it. All right, so we're making shit done, eh? We're making shit happen, yeah. All right. What are we doing? I lost my, broadcast 2 thingy. Broadcast. This is going to be a broadcast 2. We could say message, right? But, Aka. Hello, good to be here. I am currently coding my Golang blockchain right now. Thanks to you, I have so many questions. Amen. Aka. It's insane you're coding your own blockchain. That's amazing. And if you have questions, you know, hey, I'm always here for you, right? That's the thing. I'm at the Discord. Everybody can just poke me and I will answer anything. Bringing you value. MSG2, right? So we're going to say MSG2. And then we're going to say MSG payload. Actually, we could just dump in this whole thing here, right? I mean, come on. Come on, man. And then we can say here is going to be a payload. That's not true. It's going to be maybe a BC or something. A broadcast, a BT. A bloodthirster. It's going to be a broadcast 2. Like this, right? And then we're going to say, we make a new message, but it's going to be the BT payload, of course. And then here is all fine. And now we're going to do some magicos. We're going to do some magic here. So now we're ranging against the, over all the peers. But actually what we're going to do is we're going to loop. We're going to loop actually here in all the peers. Let me see, what is peer? Because that's a net adder. You see? That's the thing. That's the problem. Because otherwise, what you could do is this. Actually, for adder in range BT2. BT2, that's it. In BT2. And that makes no sense to call it BT. But yeah, whatever. That makes no sense. I mean, this is literally, you're going to get fired. So we're going to say, let's make message, man. I mean, no, I can't because it's going to conflict. We're going to say broadcast message. I know it's long, but hey. And then here, we're going to say in broadcast message. Is that an adder? That's an int. That's because, yeah, I see. We need to do this, right? Or this. And why is this thing? Yes, that's this thing. Okay, cool. That is good. So then we're going to say something like as peers. Peer. Look at this. Peer. Okay. It's going to be as peers. The adder we want to send to. And then we're going to say if okay. Then we're going to say peer. Actually, we're going to copy things. Like this. Hop. Paste it in here. Delete this and this. Right, so if we have this peer, then we're gonna send to it. And of course, we're gonna do our logging like this. Hop, hop, hop. Okay, but we have an error, this thing, and that's because this is a net adder, and we want strings. Icebear, what's up? Akan, please can you explain what range does? I just encountered it. Well, range is basically a loop. You range over, it's like Python. You range over a slice or over a map, right? So you could have something like this. Akan, for example, type users. I don't know how to do this here actually. Var users. Var users slice of string, right? And then you can say here, wait, let me do this real quick to show you. And you can say for, I think it's the iterator user in range users, right? And then let me quickly see if that's correct. Yes. So then you have y, which is your iterator. This is iterator, and then you have your user, which is a string, right? That's what range does. You see? Yes. All right, so this address is a net adder. I will show you with my, that's the only reason why I'm using my mouse is to do these compiler things. And I'm gonna find a shortcut to do this because it's annoying. So how are we gonna solve this? Is by telling basically that we don't want this net adder anymore. We want a string. And that's gonna give us some issues, but we're gonna fix them. String. And we're gonna just loop to the code to fix it. String like this. Hop. Find u, delete. That's how you code. F-U-X, and it's gone. And you're still grabbing your mouse. Here, that's going to be string. The same thing here. String. And actually, I could do some tricks with change all occurrences, right? If you wanna, you have a cool trick where you can do this. So you could select, for example, con remote address, right? And then you go to change all occurrences, and then you can say something else, and it changes everywhere, right? Range simplified by Anthony, but it is simple, right? It's nothing more than what I just explained. But people, yeah, you need to. If you give real examples, then it sometimes makes more sense, right? Because a lot of tutorials is like how to assign a variable. It's var x is 1, for example. But I mean, a new programmer, that this makes no sense. Var, right? But if you do something like I don't know, username Anthony, right? Age or something, you know what I mean? That makes more sense, right? And then make a program where he, I don't know, we calculate the body mass index or something, right? Do something like that. People just understand it. I think we're good. Did we actually manage? Yeah, we did. So this should work. I'm gonna leave this thing a little bit here, just for the sake of backup, right? It's gonna be a backup. Info broadcast. That's not broadcast, right? This is basically sending to peer, sending message or something. I don't know. Are we good? I think game state is still a little bit sad. Yeah, okay, so so sorry. Send to players with status. I'm gonna copy this function, and I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna paste it in here so we actually can work alongside with this thing. And So for example, send to place with status, right? So we're gonna do this. Sometimes if I wanna change, if I wanna refactor, right? So what I do is basically, instead of deleting something, right? I comment this out, right? And then I copy it, and then I change things. So you can have a reference of what it was. And yeah. So this broadcast thing is not gonna be anymore, I think. This is initiate shuffle and deal, right? Okay, I think this needs to be G sent to place with status broadcast to. No, it's not. Sent to place with status. Oh man, this is hurting. This is this thing with game status waiting. Why is it not type hinting me? Of course not. Game status waiting for cards, right? Because this is the initial deal, right? So the initial deal needs to happen to all players waiting for cards. Happy Diwali to everyone. Not quite sure what that is. You need to Diwali. You need to explain me, elaborate a little bit, Iceberg, so I am up to date with your anniversaries or something. I don't know. Sent to place with status. So that basically means we're gonna get the players. It's gonna be G get players with status, and that's gonna be the S, right? And then we're gonna make G broadcast channel, and that's gonna be a broadcast to broadcast. No, not channel. What the hell are you doing? A broadcast. I will type it myself then. A broadcast to, like this, and we're gonna say from. That's gonna be the G listen address, and then we're gonna say the payload is gonna be the payload. The payload, right? Is the payload we give it, right? That's that. Oh, it's from. What? Huh? Oh no. It's to, of course, and that's gonna be the players. So this basically means send me this payload to all players with this status. Indian festival. Well, happy Diwali, Indians. I think it's Indonesian. I don't know what the Indonesians, right? It's not Indians. Happy Diwali, man. Yeah, I know. It's like yeah. Festival thing, yeah. Lockrus with fields. Lockrus fields. Info. Help. Sending to players, and then we're gonna say here, what are we sending actually? The payload maybe. The payload, I don't know if it can serialize this here, but I don't know. Come on, let's go. Maybe the players actually, that would be nice to see where it's sending it to, for debugging purposes only, of course. Players, of course, yeah. And Diwali we burst crackers. Oh boy. Amazing. I can see it. I can see it happening. You burning your face because you know, it cracked. It cracked in your hands. Okay, so now we're gonna test this, right? So send players with status. Man, this is actually complex, not gonna lie. So if we have this broadcast should work. Let me quickly test if this actually works, because I have no clue. Yeah, so one is, there's already a big problem. And that's... We don't got the deck. Message encrypted deck is basically not received. Damn, we cannot do this anymore. Yikes. Games is waiting for cards. Okay, we're gonna debug this. Let me do it again. Waiting for cards, waiting for cards, waiting for cards, okay. That's good, that's good. Waiting for cards. Of course, we are receiving cards because we set it for the deal. It's this, right? It's in here, this thingy here. So that's good. And then we send this. Hop, 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 hop. So we're gonna test this in broadcast here to see if we get here. Broadcast 2. Printf %v new line broadcast MSG maybe. Yeah. Okay. So fine, right? It's telling us send me to 4000 and send me this deck, which is empty. Of course. I know. So why is it not? It's basically ranging to this this one address, and then we're gonna check that up. So does that exist? Let me see. Actually, you could do panic. Panic. We can say panic peer. Got a run. Got surgery. Okay, man. Surgery for yourself. I hope you're fine. Not quite sure what's the context of it, but whoever is going to get operated or something, take care. And if you are operating him, then I hope for the best. Operating, that's not actually a word. That's in my country. It's surgery. I don't know. My dog's name is Broadcast. Is it? That's actually a good one. Broadcast. That's actually a good one. I need to remember this one. I need to remember it. My dog's name is Broadcast. Can you imagine? Prove it. Rodrigo, prove it to me. Prove to me that your dog name is Broadcast. And I will never forget you in my whole life. I work in healthcare. Okay. Sure, it was you, I remember. But a lot of people are working in healthcare that I came across on the channel. Is Icebear also not working in healthcare or something? I don't know. Barks a lot, yeah. He's broadcasting, eh? Okay, so this peer, we have a peer. We have a peer. Well, we don't have a peer. Of course, it was a point. Yeah, I see. Okay, peer is... Ay, caraca. Let's go. Oh my god, yeah, of course. Oh, la 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 la. Anthony. How many more for the poker series? How many more episodes in the poker series, Loanis? I think a lot. But we're gonna switch it up. Yeah. I think maybe next stream is going to be something else. Maybe go back to the blockchain or something, whatever. Tomorrow I'm going to release the next Rust episode of our trading engine or matching engine. Oh man, we are doing so cool stuff. And I have so many cool stuff planned in the back of my head. But I first need to make sure that I complete the series. Otherwise, I look a bit... otherwise, it's weird. But we're going to do things nobody ever did. Trust me. We're gonna build things that basically teams of 20 people are building. We're gonna do it as a community to prove a point. Arcadius, what up, man? Welcome. Okay, so we have an issue. I will explain. So basically, this we're fetching the adder from... We're fetching the peer by giving it an address, right, in our peer map. So we can send a message to it. We already replaced this net adder in this thingy. We already replaced this net adder here, right? This was a net adder here. But the problem is that we are placing not a listen address, but the remote address. So it's trying to send something it's trying to call your ex-girlfriend, and of course, nobody is picking up. That's what happens. So we need to basically Add peer. I need to find add peer. Add peer. Where are you? Here. And if you, a couple tricks, if you don't use Vim plugin, you can do your command prompt, right? Command prompt, you see, command prompt, VS Code. And then you can press add, right? So again, command prompt add. And then you can do, for example, add peer, right? You see? Add peer, and it finds it, right? Or maybe server add peer, boom, and you're at that peer. See? That's how you need to learn to navigate, right? You don't need to scroll, you don't need to search, you just need to type, press enter, and you are at your point. And if you do that a couple times, then it will come muscle memory, and then, yeah. Muy bien. Luanis, yeah, if you ever want to involve the community, I'm a soldier. Trust me, man. At 1,000 subscribers, listen, it's already planned, guys. Yo, it's already being planned. At 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna drop a video with the news. What's gonna happen with the community? We are gonna do something, man. You cannot imagine. Maybe I'm gonna drop it at 900 subscribers. Because I know a lot of people will come in if they see that video. Because, man, you guys are gonna be... I cannot say anything about it. I want to, but I can't. I can't. Only the Patreons know it. Because they're Patreons, man. Benefits, man. I almost died today at the vlog, by the way. I was vlogging. And, but I'm still alive, but it was close. All right, so yes, fix it. Add peer. So we do this, right? Pcon remote address. This address is the address of the remote server, but not the listen address, the connection address. So basically, we're gonna delete this. So we're gonna say change inside these brackets. And then we're gonna say peer. The hell was this? I'm gonna say peer listen address. And I think that's it. And it's working because we have 4,000 and we received a deck. Where did we receive the deck? Here, right? Here, receive. Env deck. Here. We're telling it received and encode the deck, but there's a wrong typo. And then we say from 3,000 and we are 4,000, right? 5,000 is still a bit too late. So I'm going to search for env and fix it real quick and call this enc. You see? That's how you fix things. That's how you patch. Searching things. Okay, so... All right. Okay, then we say game state, shuffle, and encrypt. That's the next thing. So we received this deck. Now we have a way to send to people only people we want. So we're gonna say here, shuffle and encrypt. It's gonna be receiving cards. Okay, so we need to keep track of a couple things. So we're gonna do this real quick. And actually, I don't like the status. Should we move this real quick? New file, game, status go, and then go here, game server, hop, and then just do this, the whole shebang here, and then put it in here, and say package, is it peer-to-peer? Probably it is. Hop, save it here, close it, and then we can close it here, open up server back here, game state here, right? And we fixed it. Yes, we need to keep track. How are we gonna call this? We're gonna say players. Players. I know. We received cards. Received deck. Received decks. Received decks. That's amazing. This is top chat. Can I do live chat? Okay. Sometimes my chat is bugging out. Received deck. That's going to be a map of string, which holds the listener of the player. Boo. Is that enough? Of course, we need a mutex for this, right? This is very important. Receive dex lock as a sync RW mutex. An RW mutex. Alright. So, and this is a bit of a... Right, so each time we call shuffle and encrypt, we need to update G receive dex of the string, because we have the from. You see how things come together sometimes. You see, sometimes you have bad days and sometimes everything just happens. It's, I don't know, it's crazy. Sometimes if you have a bad day, right? Everybody has a bad day, right? You just need to think in yourself that, hey, this is just temporary, because tomorrow, or maybe in the afternoon, or maybe tonight, everything is going to be easy. You just need to walk it off, man. Walk it off. Stop crying. Man, come on. People are literally dying. People are having hunger problems in some countries, man, and we are crying because we I don't know, because our program is not working. Come on, man. Hey, hello. That's not good. Receive dex. What am I doing here? This is literally receive dex from is true. You see? Something like that. Of course, we need to have a map here, and then we could say a mutex, right? We need to say G receive dex lock and that stuff, lock like this, right? And then we need to do this and say R unlock, not R unlock, because otherwise Salat will kill me. We need to say unlock. If you think this is a little bit dirty, then you could make a helper function, right? For example, G game state. Why you haven't started a YouTube channel before? Man, I don't know, Terry. Like I said, this was not planned. I didn't plan this. I was just bored making this blockchain thing. And I quit it, actually. I quit it for 3 months because nobody was watching my videos. I literally had, I don't know, maybe 13 subscribers or something. And then I said, fuck it. I was trying everything. I was in a phase in my life, I was trying literally everything. I was trying to make blockchain companies, was trying to find a good position somewhere, did a lot of hackathons. I was basically completely lost and frustrated. Literally frustrated because I couldn't find anything anymore. Although I have revenue, right, at my company, but still, I'm not very active there. I'm just an investor, right? I booted up, I created a tech, and now I'm just taking a close look, a close eye on it, but I'm not really into it anymore. And then I just said, fuck it, man. I'm just gonna make another video. And I don't know, for some reason, I kept doing it, and yeah. People appreciate that, and then I kept going, and yeah. And now we are almost at 1,000 subscribers, man. Ooh, baby! Woo! It's crazy. All right, so game state. Let's focus. Hey, Anthony, I'll drop for today. I'm not really following the logic at the point. Maybe I have to watch some episodes from beginning. Take care. Hey, Loanis. Thanks, man. And I see you on the Discord or in some next stream. Terry, your knowledge and personality is perfect for YouTube. Yes, but I didn't know that, right? I didn't know that. I literally didn't. Waiting for the gRPC project, Loanis. Yeah, man. Hey, give me a break. It's coming. It will come. Give me some time. It's on the planning. It's on the list. It's on the waiting list, my friend. It's on the waiting list. Yeah, Terry, but I know that it's not... I didn't know this, right? How can I know that YouTube was something for me? I don't know, man. I don't know. Apparently it is. But, hey. Sometimes you need to... That's why you need to do a lot of stuff in your life, right? You need to... Don't be afraid to change it up, right? A lot of people in my life told me that I was crazy and that I'm different. But, hey, fuck them, right? Fuck them, because they are just... They don't know, right? And I did a lot of different things, jumped from here to there. And then sooner or later you find your mission, right? But if you always do the same thing, you will not find your true cause, right? You will not find it. 3 girls in our city. In my city? Nightbot, ban this thing. Nightbot, my man, is taking care of these shenanigans. Christopher, any good comparisons for Golang? Never coded it before. You mean comparisons with other languages? If that's true, if to compare, then I would compare it with... That's a good question. Hard to compare. It writes like C, right? It writes like a normal programming language should be written, right? Just assigning things, if else's. It's a very minimalistic, so it's very easy to understand. You can basically almost do only one thing in a certain way because it's so minimalistic, right? That's the reason why it scales so good in large teams and in open source, right? Docker, Kubernetes, all written in Golang. And why? Because it's a very it supports concurrency very well, and it's easy to read. So people coming in from another company or from another project coming into Golang, they will easily pick it up, easily understand it. And that's the reason why a lot of companies choose Golang for big projects, because it's easier to find new people, even though they don't have Golang experience, because it's easy to read. And open source projects also prefer it, especially based for cloud and concurrency, because it scales so good, right? But if you prefer low-level bare metal mechanics, for example, video compressing or I don't know, image manipulation or something, then I would go for Rust or something, right? Something that's more suitable for that. You should try it for sure. It's an amazing language. So we're going to say game state, what I was doing. What was I doing actually? I don't remember anymore. Game state. We should do something like, I don't know, set received. Set received. Set deck received from player. Something like this. And we could say from string. Yeah. And then we could say G. Then we could actually do just this. Copy this thing, paste it in here, and call it a day, right? Set deck received from player. Makes sense. So each time we get to shuffle and encrypt, we need to shuffle and encrypt, of course, that's for later on, but we're going to say G set Deck received from player. From. All right. And then we get the deck. We shuffle the deck. We encrypt each card with our key. And then we send it back. But we send it only back. Oh man, that's also a thing. Because the problem is we can never know if somebody received it, right? It could be. Damn, that's nasty. Pooh. We should actually have something like set deck sent to player. Or actually maybe in this async concurrent distributed peer-to-peer stuff, we could just imagine like just send it, but that's basically a waste of bandwidth, right? And it's basically for the peer itself to check the logic if we need to do something with the deck, if it's already been received in a certain point of time. Because if we set deck received from player, we know that if this player sends again its deck for some reason, I need to check actually the mechanics of the shuffling encryption shuffling algorithm. Because it could be that we need to go in a round trip. That we need to wait. But I don't think so. And that's a good question. So if we get the shuffle and encrypt, we set this, and then we're gonna send the deck back over the wire to everybody that did not receive it. That's why we need to... I'm gonna rename this real quick. Received deck. That's gonna be sent. How do you write this? With the D or with the T? I don't know. Send decks. Send deck to players, something like this. Send deck to players, and then we could say here, let's just join this word and say boom. Like this. Send deck to players lock, send deck to players, whatever. God damn it, now I need to do... Yes. And then lock, unlock. No. Yes. Set deck oh man, send deck. Oh man, these namings. I hope nobody from the Ruby community is watching this stream. Close your eyes. Turn around. Because we're doing very nasty things and you could be emotionally hurt. Set deck received from players. Alright, it doesn't matter. We're gonna set, yeah, it's good. Set send deck to players. If we understand it, then it's all good. Novan, hello. What up, man? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the army of the high value engineers. Set into players. And then we're going to say G. Can we broadcast? Send to players with status. Yes, yes. Send to players. It's going to be very complex, not going to lie. Send. Send to players. We need to do some send to players with status. Yes, man. We need to fix this because this is savage. And then we're gonna say what kind of status do we want? We need a payload, right? So we're gonna shuffle and then we're gonna say for now we're gonna just join this. Send an empty deck, an empty encrypted deck with empty bytes here, right? Do I need this? And the status is going to be receiving cards. Game status receiving cards. Send to players with status. Yes, yes, yes. That's also not true. Actually, we could make it super simple, right? We could just say, instead of checking who we already sent to, we could just don't give a fuck and just encrypt, broadcast, and people that receive it should just do the logic, right? Oh, I received your cards already, it's okay, man, and just drop the payload. Is that ideal? No. Does it matter? No. So are we gonna do it? No. Yeah, sometimes, hey, because otherwise it's going to be such a mess. And maybe we can actually do it later on, make it better, make it more bandwidth performant. But for now, I mean, come on. The internet is so big, people have big... Man, people are downloading fucking the whole shebang of Game of Thrones, man. I mean, this extra encrypted deck wouldn't make any hurt, right? Let's just do this away. And we just say, hey, I received cards. I received cards. I'm gonna deal. I'm gonna shuffle and encrypt them, and I'm gonna send it back to all of you. So what we need to do then is basically keep track of it, right? Because we're gonna update or yeah. Look at this. So this is going to be back again. Deck received. Deck received. Decks received. Lock. And then we're gonna say decks received. Yeah, all right. Novan, will you create microservice content on Golang in the future? Man, like I said, whatever you want, man. I'm keeping a list. How it works is right now I have some ideas, I'm testing some things, but I also keep a list of what people want to see, and I'm just going to make these videos in order. Of course, the Patreons will have more influence on these things, right? Because, like I mentioned, I have no ads on the channel. I literally have nothing. The only thing I have are a close group of Patreon supporters, and the only thing I can do for them is give them exclusive content and give them some voting power. Not too much, but still, right? But everything basically what people are suggesting is coming into my list, and I'm making these videos, right? So microservices, for sure, why not? Maybe microservices with GoKit or something, although you can make it easily without any tooling. But I think microservices for production, GoKit is your way to go. It's the best framework ever for making microservices. Yeah, even the architecture, how to make them, load balancing, client-side load balancing, server-side load balancing, gateways, tracing. How do we call it? Like this cutting off, if there's some error that you... Rate limiting and that other... How is that other called? That other word I'm looking for. It's being called... where is the GitHub thingy? It's support for gRPC and everything. It's crazy. Where is the documentation? And I'm not quite sure, but I remember that I also contributed to this a very, very long time ago. I'm not gonna lie. Can I search in these things? I can't. I'm pretty sure I committed a very, very long time ago. How can I see this? How can I sort this? Can I not do this? I can't. Although I'm pretty sure this project, the first, can I go to the first commit? I think I was one of the first committers to this project a long, long time ago. Pretty sure. Anyway, back to poker, high stakes poker. Phil Ivey. GitHub is hard and complicated. It's not, man, Ice Bear. It's not complicated. It's super easy, and the only thing you need in Git is basically git add, right? And then you say git commit, and you give this a message, added broadcast to only the peers. Oh, what's going on here? Only the peers we selected. Hop, hop, hop. Then you say git push origin master, like this, right? That's the only thing you need to know. And then you say git log, and then you can see what's going on. And of course you could do merge conflicts and stuff, but hey, you don't need to worry about this, right? You only need to learn what you need. So you only need to learn git add dot for everything. You could do git status to see, so everything is clean, right? But if I change, for example, a new thing in here, and I save this, and I do git status, you see, oh, something has changed, right? It's modified. You see? You could do a git diff against the master, so you could see what's. You see? You don't need any GUI or UI interface or something. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Don't be that guy. You don't need it. It's all a distraction. It's distraction. Of course, sometimes it could be that if you're a very bad merge conflict, then you should actually use an editor or something so you can do it easily. So you can see incoming, outgoing, and these things. 100% agree. But for the basic things, no. All right, so we have this set text received. That's good. We're going to say here, set text received from this guy. Right? We're going to send, and each time we receive this, we're going to update, we're going to check our status. I have to learn a little bit. Yeah, of course, man. But keep it simple and level up as we go, right? I remember when I was at GitHub, when I used Git, for example, it was indeed very overwhelming. Can we say... So what I want to do is basically get players with status, and I want everybody with the game status waiting for cards. No, not waiting for cards. Receiving. Cards receiving. Receiving cards. I'm thinking if this is gonna work. Wait, what we're gonna do is maybe log something real quick. Can we place this map? Of course, this is of course, but it doesn't matter. If it's a data race condition here, it doesn't matter because it logs every 5 seconds, so it will update it after 5 seconds for sure, so it doesn't really matter. Buffer. Buffer, man, we just had a panic. You see what happens? You come into the stream. Each time you come into the stream, a major event is happening. Or we're working with buffers, or we get a panic. Right? Because the king is joined the channel. The stream. What is up, man? Long time no see, by the way, Buffer. What are you doing? How's life? Of course, we have a nil map entry. That's because Dex received. Dex received. Dex received is going to be make me a map of string with bool. And of course we have an error here because we missed this S. Make run. 172. Did I not save it? I literally saved it, my friend. Oh. Weirdo. Thanks, I'm doing well. I hope you do well. I'm doing well. Yesterday was a, I don't know, getting a little bit of a cold, but it's already... Okay, now we have this issue, right? You see what's going on? It's ping pong. So the problem is that we received cards, right? Then we say, okay, cool, we received cards, we shuffle, we encrypt, and we send it back. But the other guy says, hey, yo, got cards, shuffle, send it back. So they are basically playing padel, you know? But the thing is, and that's why we have this. That's why we have this Dex received, because at a certain point of time, We're gonna check it here. So we're gonna say of course 500 gets the I'm gonna do something very stupid. Yes. Actually, I have a problem. I'm gonna explain what I mean by this. So I was thinking. Where was I? Man, this is getting... Here. No, here. So I was thinking, each time we said, okay, we received the deck from a guy, then we could basically, after that statement, after that function, you could say, okay, check me, give me all the players in the game, and then we're just going to compare if we just received the deck from everyone, right? And if we do, if we have received all the decks, actually, do we... Yeah, if we received all the decks, that basically means we send it out all the decks because we counter react this this shuffle and encrypt. And maybe we should do only send it to the person we got it from. That's actually a good idea. Why nobody could tell me this? And now you could just check, okay, we have received from everybody, and then we can update our status. We update the status from receiving cards to pre-flop. Pre-flop. And if we are in pre-flop, then begins the game, right? Then it's... Everybody set the big blinds already, right? Is it? Yeah. Need to fix that also. So then it's pre-flop. Then we need to decide, are we going to... We need to wait for all the bets. Yeah, wait for all the bets and such things. Okay, let me quickly breathe and clear my mind. And I'm gonna try to... Man, it's thinking sometimes. All right. So I was thinking, if we sent the deck only back to the guy, the peer we received from, the question is... Wait, what we're gonna do? Listen, we're gonna basically... No, I can't. Actually, I don't have the document here. Damn. Players is going to be G get players with status, and that's going to be game status. Game status receiving cards. What's going on here? Yes. Right, and then we're going to say... Oh man, this hurts. This hurts a lot. This is a map, right? So we could say, come to coding phase livestream. What is that? It says ABY. What is that? Coding phase livestream. Tell me everything about it. So we're gonna say adder. It's gonna be an address. It's gonna be range G dex received, and we need to fetch it with the mutex, by the way. Actually, no. We need to do this for play adder in the range players. Players like this, and then we're gonna say if do we care about the bool? No, we don't give a shit. No, we don't give a shit. It's okay, we can do it on okay. It's going to be G dex received from that address. All right, can we do this? If okay, can we do this? Is that a thing? It's a thing. It's a thing. And then we're gonna say, actually, can we return this function? Says ABI. Why? What is coding freeze live stream? I don't understand. What is this thing? Coding live, coding stream, coding phase. Let me look it up. Coding phase. It's a guy. 89k subscribers. A real GA. What is he doing? He's doing web developer Q&A, Next.js, making 100k. How? I make 200k. Yo. Web developer, creating task, Laravel and stuff. Nice, man. Cool kid. But we are making poker engines. It's completely different. It's another level. I mentioned, it's we cannot compare. It's literally, we are doing things on another level. We are doing things nobody else is doing here on YouTube. Literally nobody is doing this. It is what it is. Sorry that I need to say this, that I need to be sometimes a little bit cocky, but I walk the talk, you know? So you'd understand. I post this morning in my Discord community, I post, guys, even if you're a little bit sick, if you don't feel good, you need to go to the gym hard, right? That's what I'm gonna do. I was a little bit cold. I said, I go to the gym, I'm gonna hit it hard, and you guys need to do the same. And I post a picture. Completely, the only thing I had was a tiny shorts, like a Greek god. You see? Walking the talk. That's what you need to do in life. And that's what I do. I'm walking the talk. There is no comparison yet here on YouTube, man. There is literally, there is no comparison. All right. So we're going to say, we loop through all the players, right? And then we're going to check if we receive the deck. If we don't receive the deck, we cancel. Otherwise, we return this function. And otherwise, we say, what do we say? Well, that means that basically, in this case, we received all the cards, all the shuffled cards from all players, right? I hope. Not quite sure. It could be. We will see. So then we're going to update our status, and that's going to be status preflop, right? So we're going to say g set status. Player status, is it? No. We're going to say set status, and it's going to be game status preflop. Yeah. Man, I mean... Oei. Ai. Of course we are retarded. We are retarded. Sometimes. Here we're gonna say this, right? As game state. Yeah, we could do it like this. Hop. Is this gonna work? Maybe, because we're setting our status, right? Hop. It's only a read, is it? Yeah. We're gonna say add unlock. It's not gonna help actually, but it needs to be. So what's going on here? Let us quickly see. Payload, it's sending nothing. Yeah, people, listen, Terry, we are doing P2P network. Meanwhile, you are suggesting iStream. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. People, I don't know why, but they don't understand that if you're an HTML developer, you will earn, I mean, it's good to learn, right? But we are already past that stage, right? You don't need to learn HTML or CSS because there is nothing to learn. I mean, I can literally stop coding, open up a new project and make a landing page in literally 5 minutes with no knowledge of HTML or CSS because nobody's using that stuff anymore. The only thing you need to write is a div, right? Div, and then you need to use Tailwind or something, and the media, everything is getting handled, right? You don't need to learn this stuff anymore. And to be honest, why should you, right? You could actually do Webflow, Cart, all these tools. So web developers, believe it or not, they are going to get obsolete, right? They're just... Nobody is hiring that anymore. Every startup is using some no-code tool, right? Literally everyone is using it, no-code tool. And the only people they hire are basically real programmers, right? People that can write some JavaScript or something for doing some stuff. But if you really want to get paid a lot of money, you need to know these stuff that I'm teaching you on my channel. It's the difference between 80K, 100K, and 200K and 250K. And if you don't believe me, I can show you things, guys. You're gonna... Man, like I mentioned, everything I'm telling you, I'm walking the talk. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. HTML. All right. And probably I'm going to do some Rust streams in the future. Maybe next week we're going to do some Rust streams. And I'm releasing the next Rust video tomorrow, right? Where we are writing our trading engine. The question rather is, why do we have this this nasty thing? So why do we keep ping-ponging this? Of course here, that's the thing. Is it? Bye, Ice Bear. See you tomorrow, man. Man, what is going on? David Alvarez, high quality content here. Yes, exactly, man. Thank you so much, man. And welcome here. Buffer programming language design from scratch would be excellent stream in Rust, but it takes too much time. Well, I was thinking about it also. What you guys maybe don't know, but I have some toy languages written in the past. Most likely in C++. When I was a little bit younger, I'm basically obsessed by compilers and programming languages. So Rust makes a lot of sense to write something in like that, right? To design a language from the ground up. If that's what you mean, Buffer, I'm not quite sure. But indeed, that takes a long time. And man, it's so niche, right? That's super niche. A lot of people will come and they see, what the hell are you doing? And they're piecing out, right? Because we're not doing HTML. And that's the thing. If you want to make it as a YouTuber, you need to bring, if you want to make it fast, you need to bring fake dopamine stuff, right? And then you will have a lot of followers. It is what it is. I can make a short showing my car driving 210, whatever, reffing my car, making an insane noise, saying, look what you can get as a software engineer, show my car, and they will say, whoa, and I will have 100K views, right? But why should I do that? Because you don't have that car, right? And you will not have that car tomorrow, and you will not have that car next year. So why should I show you my car? It doesn't make any sense. So I show you coding so you can actually copy my style tomorrow, right? And be better already. And that's the difference. That's the difference between me and all these fake shenanigans here on YouTube. Are they interpreters or compilers? Compilers, no interpreters. Although I tried to do some, and also some virtual machines, because I ported the complete Neo virtual machine from the blockchain into Go. And I even completely compiled Go to EVM. Not EVM, NVM. If you Buffer, listen, but I'm gonna give you a tip. Maybe you know him, but I see the way your name is, the way you talk. I can already see what you want to see. Let me open up something. Let me search something real quick. Do I need a mentor? This guy. I'm gonna set this coding face guy. I'm gonna get him out of my screen because I'm getting anxiety attacks. So Jonathan Blow. Wait, where is my YouTube thing? Just a second, Buffer. Jonathan Blow. If you love to see these streams with what's going on here? Programming language. Man, what is this tabs? I'm gonna paste it in for you, Buffer. Watch his stream. He basically creates his own language, and it's a production, almost a production-ready language, the J language, and he writes the compiler. He does everything. It's crazy. This guy's insane. He is the maker of Braid and the Witness game. He's very famous and he is insane. You have me, but you have Jonathan Blow, which is basically 100 times myself. This guy is crazy. He's legit insane. He's so smart. He is literally my role model. Trust me, this guy is insane. And I watch him a lot. And he is the one actually that inspired me to do these streams. Literally, this guy. So it's very hard to understand what he's doing, but I think, Buffer, this is something for you. Because I don't know you. I only see you a couple times here in the chat, but I already have a feeling how I can trigger your reward system. And it's almost, we have normally I stream for 2 hours, so I'm going to leave this for now like this, and we're going to do a little bit of a Q&A session maybe. Because my brain is also completely wasted. Oh, you designed a language by yourself on top of the GVM. No, man, it's insane, Buffer. I have a lot of respect for you doing that. It's insane. Although, yeah, I did the same. I was the same like you. The exact same guy, making his own toy languages and playing around with all these complex stuff. Knowing that we're never gonna put that to production, but still we learned a lot. And yeah, you need to keep doing that, Buffer. You need to keep doing that stuff. And maybe your next step for you is maybe instead of doing that on a Java thingy, just make your own language based on LLVM or something as a backend. I don't know. Or maybe compile it to C first. I don't know. You can choose. The parser, man. Parsers. I remember it. Writing parsers. Rust is a good language for that. I think if you want to make a programming language, I think Rust could be a good option. Because it's a good pattern matching, and that's what you need sometimes in these things. Are there any more questions about, I don't know, about this thing, about programming itself, about another language? I don't care. Just ask me and I will give you an answer. Does Blow like Golang? Blow doesn't like a lot. He has strong opinions just like me. And I think his opinions are a little bit stronger. He doesn't like any language that's basically garbage collected. But I don't think he doesn't like it. I think he cannot just use it, because what he's doing is a lot of low-level stuff, right? It's game engine programming. You need to have control about your memory. It's very important, because we are doing these peanuts, right? We're doing peanuts with these guys and all these buffers. You need to copy these buffers, right, for your game and everything. Vertex buffers. What is it all? All that stuff. I know he thinks Rust is too big of an idea, and I think the same thing. But still, I love Rust, because why? Because it's needed in the space, right? If you do blockchain stuff, crypto, you need to know Rust. Very important. I think, I don't know. I love C. If Golang was, if we had more control, and I understand why they don't allow us to do that, why it's garbage collected, and why they could easily remove the garbage collector in some build. But that's not the way Go is designed, right? Go is not designed to go at bare metal speeds. People sometimes, all these guys comparing languages, right, on YouTube, I don't understand why they do. Because they know anything. They don't know anything. They just know how to write JavaScript and how Python works, and they maybe can program, but they don't know how computers work. They don't know anything about this stuff. because you cannot, you don't need to compare languages. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Why should Go be faster than Rust? There is no need to be, right? Because it's completely different. And sometimes you see, yeah, but Go is faster than Rust. Maybe in a concurrent environment, maybe yeah, maybe it is. But if you're gonna parse bytes, if you're gonna parse plain bytes or do from a video or something and do operations on bytes, you will never be faster than Rust. It isn't. Yeah, exactly, buffer. In my opinion, programming language is just a tool. Buffer, that's true. Completely true. Figma uses Rust, yeah, but don't. These guys use a lot of other things, right? They use Rust for some computations. That could be, yeah. I know a lot of market makers, the new kids on the block, they use Rust, right? A lot of trading companies, hedge funds, those news guys, quants, they're using Rust. That's why I need to know that. Right? That's why I know Rust. Am I an expert at Rust? If I need to be an expert, then I will be. How different are Go routines from threads? They get scheduled. They are not threads. So how it works is basically you have the Go scheduler. Can I actually... Let me quickly see something. Do I have a main? Runtime. I thought there was something. Anyway. So basically it was a scheduler and it schedules... it's not making threads, but it will schedule it on another thread if possible, right? So let's say you have 8 cores or something, or 16 or whatever. Let's say you have 4 cores to make it simple, and you boot up 10,000 Go routines. It will schedule these Go routines over these 4 cores, but it will not basically make a new thread for each Go routine. That's impossible. It will schedule, right? It's completely different. It's how can I explain this? I cannot. I'm so sorry. But it's completely different than a thread, right? Although it could be that it's in another thread, right? That's all the scheduler. You need to look it up. If I want to give you a correct answer that's 100% correct, then I need to look it up, my man. But a Go routine is not a thread, right? Yes. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to collect all questions that I see in the chat and the comments on my videos. I'm going to collect them. I'm going to pick the 10 best questions, and I'm going to make a new video about it where I'm going to answer these questions. I think it's going to be a good one, in depth. A lot of people like, what programming language should I learn? Is Go better than this? Is some of these things. And performance-wise, you don't need to care about performance, right? That's the first. It doesn't matter. First, solve your problem, right? And if you have solved your problem and your project is done, then we can talk about performance. If you have a performance issue on your website or your whatever, then you are doing a very good job, because you reach a problem nobody else actually has, because they don't finish their projects, right? That's a thing. Yeah, Loanis, but the thing is, right, these videos are although it's a very interesting video about these threads and Go routines, but nobody's watching these, man. Nobody's watching these, trust me. I don't look. The problem with YouTube is I cannot make the videos I want to make because they won't do good in the algorithm. look at the trading series, right? The quant trading series. It's basically the real deal that will actually teach you something instead of all these fake guys teaching you wrong things, right? Nobody's watching these. You know what I mean? But if I make a video about a simple a list or something simple for beginners, everybody's coming, right? But if I use complex terms, nobody cares, right? That's the problem. The safe map, for example, yeah, right? Or the list. How? And it's not certain about these lists that I about a list, but about how to delete from a slice and something, and how to preserve order and everything. But yeah. But people don't care about this because the only thing these guys want is make Netflix clones on the internet, right? That's what all these YouTubers doing. They Netflix clones. What else? To-do lists. Twitter clone. Man, what are you, do you think you're gonna make money with these things, man? Oh my goodness. Listen, the first developer that comes to on an intake. How do you call that? How do you say that actually? I forgot the word. But I have a company, right? And if somebody comes to get a job for a meeting, right? And he shows me, you look at me, I made a Netflix clone. The first thing I said, get the fuck out of my face, man. Or the first thing, I have a certificate from Udemy. Get out. I don't need those guys. Ask Terry, right? Terry is one of my employees, and back previous year, and ask Terry how I hired them. He did not do anything. He was just talking about his project, about his IoT project, and he was so passionate. And although I just hired this guy because I don't know, and Terry was the best guy we ever had. And he's still young, but he's the best. Because why? Because Terry gets shit done, right? Terry doesn't have a Netflix clone. Terry doesn't have any certificates. I don't give a shit. Terry makes things happen, right? It is what it is. So don't think that your Twitter, and maybe somebody should clip this, don't think that your Udemy course, your certificate, your Netflix clone, your whatever the fuck project is going to help you to find a job, because it isn't. The first thing I'm going to do is send you back where you came from. It is what it is. It's harsh, but it's the truth, man. It's the truth. And my company is pretty big. Trust me. You're pretty famous. So not yet, Buffer. We maybe have an open position, but it's front end. I don't think you are a guy for that, Buffer. Otherwise, your name was Diff or something, but now it's Buffer. So yeah. It is what it is. What do you do for a living, Buffer? I'm curious. I'm really curious about it. And Rodrigo, and Luanis, what do you guys do? Let me know, man. What's going on? What's going on here? Luanis with the McGregor thingy. Yeah. He knows on Discord. I like it. Check the random. Check the random. You can see who I am in my gym pick. Yes. Oh man, this poker engine. I don't know. Maybe I should do some off-stream videos and pre-record it. Because live, it's very exhausting, and we are not going at a good pace, in my opinion. But still, it's very complex. And maybe I should do some off-stream coding. I don't know. I'm a software engineer, wrote Go for a year and fell in love with this. Luanis, yeah, of course, Go is amazing. It's just, this language gets you shit done. It is what it is. You get shit done in this language, man. It's simple. It's literally simple. Everybody can write this. The only thing you need to focus upon is you're fixing your problem, and the only thing you need to do. Rodrigo, I work with Delphi and PHP. What is Delphi? Never heard about that. Delphi. I'm gonna look it up. Delphi. What's going on here? Delphi. PHP. Maybe they are related. I don't know. The first website I click, service unavailable. It's probably written in PHP, eh? Oh, it's an editor. I see. Oh, man, look at these loading times of these websites, man. What is this? World famous native Windows PHP IDE is built in Delphi. Oh, it's not. It's actually a language. Oof. Yeah, but... Oh, Pascal. Xis, man. Were you at that other guy in his stream? Leaving us? Leaving the high-value engineers? Alone? For HTML? Yo. Oh, Buffer, yeah, you were learning, right? Or something. I don't know. Somebody was learning. Was it you? But still doing stuff. What project should a beginner build in order to get a job? It depends on what job you want to be. That's very important. It depends. How much money do you want to earn? And what do you want to be? Do you want to be a front-end developer, full stack? Then you should learn JavaScript, TypeScript, Next.js, right? React, Vue, that kind of stuff. And then you will be a front-end, full-stack developer. Rodrigo, that's actually very, very insane. Pascal and that stuff. I think it's also a high-paid job, right? These things. I don't really know how Pascal works. I think a lot of banks use it, right? So, man, if you could use Go or something or Rust, and you can port these legacy Pascal things, and you make your own company, and you say, boys, hey, have no fear. Rodrigo is here. I'm gonna port the whole sphere from Pascal to Go, and you will have a nice, easy life, right? Because where are you gonna hire a Pascal developer if something is broken? Nowhere, because they're all dead. These guys are 70 years old. They're all gonna die very soon. So Rodrigo is gonna fix it by porting all Pascal to Go or Rust or something, right? I swear, this is a business idea, man. Buffer, I have 3 years of experience, but not professionally. I think, Buffer, to be honest, if you can write, if you know what an interpreter is, if you know to write your own toy thing up a GVM, then I think it's very time for you to find a job. I think you're I think you're already better than 50%, than 60%, if not 70% than all other developers out there. If you know, if I can derive a bit of your experience from what you're telling me. Rodrigo, 30 years of programming. Ooh, baby. This is crazy, Rodrigo. What the hell are you doing here, man? What the hell are you doing here? You need to sip margaritas on the beach? What are you doing here? Rodrigo. Respect for Rodrigo, man. 30 years. That's crazy. Learning Golang nowadays to continue the good work. Yeah, it is. It's true. I'm not gonna lie. I can feel your pain, Rodrigo, but I still, a man with your experience, that's insane. That's respect for that. Man, I think Golang for you is a walk in the park if you come from all these legacy shenanigans. Whew. I'm trying, but I stuck somewhere. No one value that sort of things. Yeah, that's true. Well, value. But I understand what you mean. And you seem like a very smart guy, Buffer. Not gonna lie. Or girl. Maybe you're a girl. I don't know. Or something in between. Maybe you're a rock or something. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but it's true. If you know a lot low-level stuff, and you're smart, doesn't not really mean that you're gonna get hired, because all these companies are looking for these framework developers, right? Guys that can just do one thing. And I will show you what you need to do. I will show you need to do this, right? You need to do npm install. If you can do this, you can get a job, right? npm install, follow the documentation, right? And you just copy paste snippets and change things, and it's all gonna be all right. But it isn't. And to be honest, Buffer, I think if you find some kind of a job where you need to be like front end stuff and maybe some back end, I don't think you're gonna like it. I don't like it. I literally went from job to job because I didn't like these things until I found some low level stuff. And actually, I know some companies that can use a Go developer, to be honest. Remotely, maybe. I can get you. Are you in the Discord, by the way, Buffer? Man, don't tell me it isn't. Don't tell me you didn't join the Discord. I'm gonna be so mad. But I know some stuff, some low level stuff. I can send you some things where you can maybe try to send your resume or something. And a resume don't mean anything, actually. I don't even care about even Terry's resume. I don't even checked it. I don't even, if you wanna, I don't need it. Resume is basically garbage because you can do whatever the fuck you want. You can say whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. I just want to have a good vibe, and then we're gonna do stuff, right? What the hell, Federico? I've been programming since 1985, but I never got a good programmer. Man, that's crazy. I was born in 1986. This guy's programming. Man, this is crazy. But I understand what you're telling, but the thing is, the difference between, listen, people can maybe program for 35 years, but I'm not quite sure. What I'm going to say, maybe it's not true, but most of the time, even though guys will have 35 years of experience, they won't have my programming hours. I know it sounds a little bit cocky to say, even though I am 35, but I programmed for, man, I'm not, how can I say this? It's like I'm programming on my work when I get home, and every fucking day, every Friday, Saturday evening, the whole fucking day. The whole week, 24/7 almost. It is crazy. I program literally everything. I'm going to show you something. Guys, I'm going to show you something crazy. Wait a minute. Maybe I already showed you guys, but I programmed. I have literally so many hours, man. It's crazy. Look at this game. Wait, let me find 11 subscribers, this boy. Here. I'm gonna mute it because otherwise I hear myself. Look at this. I made everything myself. The whole game. The harpoon. I modeled it in Blender. The ship. I did it myself. The whole fucking game. I did it myself. Procedural world generation. Everything is procedural. Coded that whole everything myself, literally from a blank fucking page in Unity. Everything, every fucking thing. This sounds maybe stupid, but this is hard. I can tell you, this it's crazy. Where is my mouse? Yeah, I have some internet lag spikes, guys. My bad. I don't know. It's my internet connection just dropped. You see, so it's where I was showing some stuff, but you see, you can use a fucking harpoon and everything, man. It's crazy, and you can hook up these chests and everything. Buffer. The problem is my location in a third world country, and I think you should always be thankful to where you're born. It's true. That is true. Have you made a lot of money out programming? Yes. Yeah. That's what I want to teach people, is that you cannot be rich overnight. I'm not rich, man. I mean, I made good money, but I'm not rich at all. Otherwise, I won't sit here. What is it? This game I wrote myself, and although I'm not a game developer, right? I just want to tell you that you can do anything you want in life, man. Everything you want. But the thing is, you just learn things nobody else knows. That's how you make money, right? It doesn't matter if it's in programming, if it's in whatever job. You just learn things nobody else knows, and you will make money nobody else did, have, whatever. Buffer, by the way, if you're, man, that even more respect to you, Buffer, if you're from a very third world country and you're located there, I know it's not like where I'm from, right? We live in a very better circumstances, and we cry even more, right? We are pussies, and you guys live in worse circumstances, right? And you still find a way to learn all that stuff. That's crazy. That's a lot of respect, my man. And I think people with your mentality, man, just keep going. And I can swear to God, if you just keep going, you're gonna change everything, man. You're gonna change your life and change the life of your kids. I don't know how old you are, or change the life of your parents, man. You need to fight for it. You can do it, man. You should do it. Do it. It's remote, man. You can actually go wherever the fuck you want. So, Luanis, to answer your question again, the thing is that if, like I mentioned, you can be. That's why I'm teaching you this stuff, right? It's complex stuff, right? It's not. Let's create a Netflix clone with HTML and XJS and something, because that's not going to get. You're not going to make money with that, right? You're going to have a simple 80K salary, I think. I don't know what these guys earn. I think 80K. And you're going to have a good life, right? You're going to have a good life. It's fine, right? But then you have guys that basically do all these complex things, and you have backend engineers, right? But if you guys that makes these core blockchain protocols, guys that make these complex DeFi protocols, these distributed systems, right? I mean, that's a job never's going to be replaced, right? Because AI is coming, and AI is eating all the jobs of these front-end developers, because everybody can generate a website with one click of a button, and it's going to be better, securer, and even bug-freer than what these guys are writing. But who is going to make that kind of software? Who is going to make all these distributed shenanigans? Who is going to do that? Who is going to make these servers, right? Nobody. We. And that are the guys getting a lot of money, right? And I swear to God, I already made a video and a Twitter post that you earn 200K as a blockchain engineer, and that's even, you can earn more, but 200K, I wanna put more into the tweet, but I feel bad because I don't wanna sound like a clickbait. But even people message me and they say that I'm a joker. They say that I'm a joker, man. They say that software engineers telling me on Twitter that I'm a joker. Then I think they should come back and watch my channel, and I think they will sit down and never come back again because they're gonna hang themselves because they are sad that they are not as good as me. And this is what it is. All right, guys, I think if there are no questions anymore, then we're going to wrap it up. And otherwise, I will answer for a couple more minutes. So what do you propose to do? Wait, because my light is literally in my eyes and I can't see shit. So what do you propose so someone get a job like this? Code a lot, right? Code a lot of side projects. That's how I started out. That's how I kickstarted my career. So how I did things is basically always different, right? So I had my day job and I came home and I didn't care about sitting in front of the TV. I didn't care about friends because I have none, because I don't believe in friends, maybe one or something, but people will always backstab you in their own favor, right? And if you have a friend that doesn't do that, then you are the luckiest man on the world, right? But the thing is that I have no friends, so the only thing I did was coding, right? And I didn't care about all these HTML shenanigans. I was interested in these low-level stuff because I don't know, it's the same as a game, right? If you see players playing a game, you want to do the same stuff like they do, right? You want to have the same weapons. You want to mimic their movement. You want to mimic their style. And that's what I was doing from day one. Mimicking other... Like I mentioned, this Jonathan Blow stream, right? This guy just mimic his style. And that's how I get good. I saw people using Vim. And I said, what the fuck? I want to do the same thing. I just want to be as cool as these guys. And I learned Vim, right? And I was doing low-level stuff on the side. Then blockchain technology came out, and I was just porting protocols that already existed, porting it to Go in my free time, earning zero money, hours and hours. And suddenly people recognized it. What the fuck? What is this dude doing? He's porting everything to Go. It's insane. It's much better. It's faster. And then they pay you, right? And then I won a bounty for 50K because I made a consensus algorithm better than anybody else. Am I a am I a smart guy? To be honest, I ain't. Listen, I have an average IQ. Trust me. But I just do things, right? I just do things that nobody else is doing. You know what I mean? That's why I won't recommend you to follow all these garbage tutorials about HTML. Everybody knows how to write an HTML website. Everybody knows how to make that stuff, do an API call, get an image, look it up, Stack Overflow, and it's done, right? I mean, hey. But it's by always being different and always challenging myself for these complex things, that's how I get good. And then you can literally do everything. You know what I mean? It's the same with this poker game. Do I know how to make this? No. I have an idea. But we will figure it out, right? We will figure it out. It doesn't matter. You will figure it out. That's how you learn. That's how you keep training your brain in doing that stuff. So, Loanis, just open your editor, man. Follow these projects like I'm doing. Just make it. Do the same thing. Make these things. Come and hang out. If you have questions, ask me, and I will keep motivate you. I will keep you going, and I can swear if you do that for 1 year, you're gonna be insane, literally. Trust me. You're gonna know more than 90% of developers. Terry, your past experience is the same as my daily life. That's why I hired you, you dumbass. That's exactly why I hired you. The fuck? That's because I saw myself. I told that to one of my co-founders, right? If you were in the meeting, and I said, this guy, he reminds me of myself. Ask Zara and ask Ben Reeder, Terry. That's the first thing I said. They said, what do you think about Terry? And I said, this guy reminds me of myself when I was younger. And that's why you were hired without any technical task. Your CV, I didn't even read your CV. And I didn't even ask you something. I knew you were just talking. And I was, man, this guy, he looks like me. I'm going to hire this guy. You see? That's what it is. That's how it is, man. And be very confident in yourself. It's very important, right? You need to be confident. Zara told me about, no, Zara is not joking, man. Zara is no joker. She's no joker. And also very important is, I understand that if you work in a company and you need to do something, that you're going to search for best practices and that you're going to search for packages. And that's completely normal. But I think if you are in your side project, because what I could do is install lib peer-to-peer in my Go project, and I have a good time, right? So I can install lib peer-to-peer. But what is it going to learn us about decentralized distributed systems? What is it going to learn us about peer discovery? Nothing. You know what I mean? And that's a little bit the problem of software engineers these days. They made these projects, right? They made these big projects, but they don't know how they work because they use tools from other persons. And then if they come across an issue, then they are in big trouble because they cannot debug it because they don't know shit, right? The only thing they know is to read the documentation and to connect the dots. But once a real problem pops up, yeah, who's going to solve it? Good question, right? So I recommend you, if you're doing your side projects, instead of playing World of Warcraft, League of Legends, RuneScape, whatever shit game, you code and you try to make everything yourself. Of course, some simple library like, I don't know, for logging or you know what I mean, right? But try to solve things yourself so you know how they work, right? That's what you need to do. Very important. That's very, very, very important. npm install in a Go project. Can you imagine? Oh my goodness. Yes. What did we actually? I'm gonna wrap this up, right? So I'm gonna quickly check. Let's close some screens here. What did we actually do? Did I did some shenanigans? Not quite sure. No, I didn't. Git adds this thing. Git commit whip shuffle and deal, right? Like this. Git push origin master. Yes. All right, everyone. Thank you for coming to the stream. Thank you for hanging out. If you like this content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Jump into the Discord, and I'm going to turn you into high-value software engineers. And if you don't believe me, check my channel, check my articles, check my Twitter, and I'm going to make it happen. Trust me, I will. I'll see you tomorrow or in the next video. Thanks for watching.